actually afternoon, I should say, as we've had quite the eventful morning. Once again, coming out here in Little Naches, actually doing a 4-day trip. We just parked our bitchin' van and had some of our friends come over from the west side of Washington State, doing some filming out here today. So, doing Trail 952, as it seems to be, you know, a fairly easy trail for everyone to ride. And today, I was really looking forward to talking to everybody about, you know, ladies in motorcycling. And this young lady in front of me, I would like to introduce everyone to, and her name is Georgia Henderson.
Hi, I'm Georgia. I am 16 years old. I live up in Acme, Washington. I've been riding dirt bikes probably for about 6 weeks. I have a KTM 250 free ride.
Georgia, I've actually known since she was about 12 years old. A good friend of mine, Gary, this is her daughter, or his daughter rather, and she, believe it or not, only started riding motorcycles 8 weeks ago. Weeks, yes. And she's out here riding the trails with us. She's on a KTM free ride 250, and she's handling it very well. That bike is super lightweight and super nimble. I rode it a little bit yesterday, and it's a little bit too small a frame for me. You know, I'm a bit tall and lanky and awkward, so for me it's not so good, but she absolutely loves it. She's riding it very well for being so novice. I'm very impressed with this young lady for that reason. But it's not all, you know, about her today. What I really wanted to focus on was, you know, ladies and motorcycling in general, as we tend to, you know, we just don't talk about them a whole lot. It's really cool when you see them, and especially the good ones, and it's just a, you know, a neat thing to witness, because, you know, I'd say the really, really fast and really talented lady riders have only come around, you know, maybe in the last 20, 25 years. And I think George is going to be one of those here very shortly, as she just does not have any problem handling that bike. And it's really fun to watch her go. Is she fast? No, sir. Does she enjoy every minute of it and try very hard? Yes. And she's very skilled as far as overall control of that motorcycle.
Motorcycling to me it's a way to relax and do something where I can't think of anything else, and I have to be focused on this one thing and getting through this obstacle and then moving on to the next one. And honestly, half the time I don't notice I'm riding with a whole bunch of guys, because it's just, you just get used to it. And
she's doing okay. She's doing just fine. Seems to be a little bit better than me today, apparently. But I do absolutely adore this young lady. She is super impressive. She does a lot of interesting things other than motorcycles. She does what they call horse eventing, which I'm led to believe is basically horse dancing, which I don't really fully understand, but apparently it's a deal, and she loves that as well. Her and her mom are kind of into that. And she does, you know, kind of animal pathology and skeletal rearticulation. And it started out as just a hobby for her. And again, she's only 16 years old, but she's extremely intelligent at it, to the point where, you know, the Department of Marine Wildlife, if a seal or a whale or something of that nature rolls up on shore and they need to figure out how it died, and they can't make it, they call her, this 16-year-old little girl, which, you know, just tells you something right there. And it's really, really impressive to see her, and she loves every minute of it. I've never seen this girl in a bad mood about anything, and she's gung-ho about everything she does. And I really, really hope that enduro riding is going to be one of her things. She stays gung-ho about it, because, again, for 8 weeks of riding, you guys, this little girl is doing just fine.
in the future in sport, I'd honestly like to race enduro. Just I don't know, I just seem that's what I want to do, and I have in my mind I think I can do it, so I'll just give it a try, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but that's what I'm going for, and just being able to ride anything I put my mind to.
No problem there. Good for you, Georgia. But there's lots of other ladies out there that I do feel don't really get enough credit for what they do. Look at this girl. She's not fast, but she's picking her lines very intelligently. And she's doing everything the right way. I think she's starting out the perfect amount of baby steps as far as what she's doing. And she's 100% at everything. But I've had the ability and the opportunity and the privilege, I might add, to meet a lot of really interesting ladies throughout my life in motorcycling. Oh, can she do it? Standing up. Oh, Georgia Henderson, good for you. And one of these ladies was actually a superbike coach of mine when I was racing. Her name was Misty Hurst. And we've actually been talking to her over the last few weeks about this episode as well, and we're hoping to get some feedback from her on this and her experiences. But she's in her late 30s, and she does everything from enduro dirt biking to dirt bike magazine and motorcycle magazine articles, to superbike coaching, even with the Keith Codes California Superbike School, which she's been doing for years. And she helped me and my old teammate John Gessner out a lot, kind of for nothing. You know, she never really, yeah, she did this for a living, she charged money, but if she was ever at the track and she was watching a race, we were out in a practice session, she saw us doing something wrong, you bet your ass when we come back over into the pit, she'd be there helping us out and telling us what to do, and just, you know, overall being very, very gracious to us. So Misty, we very, very much appreciate you for that, if you're watching this today. What's more impressive about Misty is she's a wife and a mother full time, yet she can manage her time to travel all over the world to do various things with motorcycling and coaching in general. She travels to Europe, Australia. She's interviewed some of my heroes, including Troy Corser, who was one of the kings of World Superbike for a long time. And I was very jealous when I heard that. But, you know, she's been riding motorcycles for 2 decades. She's been coaching for, I think, 15 years. And it doesn't matter how big of a burly guy and how fast you think you are. Misty Hurst starts talking to you, you shut up and you listen. I've seen some of the big, gnarliest dudes. She'll come up and have something to say. And there's just no doubt about it that she's absolutely correct, and these boys tend to just shut up and listen. And that was one of the most impressive things about her. She commanded your full attention when she was trying to teach you something. And it's people like that that, you know, really helped me out as well in my racing career, and I was, you know, took everything they told me to heart. Well, I'm having trouble a little bit today. Kind of off my pace, just trying to follow Georgia here a little bit. Just wanted to get some good footage of her and kind of introduce her to the world. She's a very, very awesome young lady. It's a pleasure being around her. And she is a full spunk of personality, believe you me. There's no shortage of that with this one. But I think it's important to remember that, you know, these ladies that come out here and do this, there is no shortage of skill with them. And I think when you remember that, I've been outran by plenty of women, don't get me wrong. It's a thing. And I think sometimes we forget to kind of maybe stop and appreciate that fact a little bit. Because it's nice to see. I'd like to see more women out here. And of course, my wife, who's flying off in the distance well ahead of us on that Beta 300 cross trainer. You know, she's in her 4th or 5th year of riding Enduro, and she's, you know, starting to be unstoppable. And she tries really, really hard, and sometimes she gets frustrated and, you know, kind of pissed off, but she doesn't stop. That's for sure. She keeps hard at it, and, you know, just trudges through the shitty stuff. And another lady out there who we all know well and love, if you're on social media at all, is Megan Griffiths, more affectionately known as Meg's Prop, up in Canada, who we tried to reach out to maybe get some comments or, you know, kind of get her take on what motorcycling has been for her. And, you know, she's kind of a big deal, and, you know, we're not so much, so didn't necessarily hear back from her, but I know she's a busy lady and she's got a lot going on, so no offense to you, Megs, hope you're doing well out there. And one other lady I've been following for quite a while out of Australia is a hard enduro rider named Melissa Bruce. I first got wind of her through Barry Morris's cross training and enduro skills videos, as they seem to do a lot of training together. And she races all the hard stuff out there. I mean, the hardest races in the world, most of them you will find Melissa Bruce attending. And she's one of those super technique-oriented riders where she's one of the only people I'm aware of, other than Graham Jarvis, that can static balance at a standstill without putting her feet down for any amount of time. She can just sit there until you tell her not to anymore. And she's raced the Erzberg, the Hispania, Hard Enduro, Romaniacs, which, if you don't know what that is 4 days straight of the nastiest trails you've ever seen. And it takes a lot of training and a lot of get-go to even do it, and a hell of a lot of money to get there. So Melissa Bruce, hats off to you as well, lady. The one thing you'll notice as you're kind of watching Miss Georgia ride along here is she maintains pretty much the same rate of travel everywhere she goes. And she's really good about throwing her line and picking her where her front tire is going to go and getting through the smooth stuff. So even when she hits, you know, obstacles and things, her speed doesn't change a whole lot. And I think that's a good starting point for young riders, especially doing this stuff, because you're gonna hit a lot of terrain that's going to change constantly with rocks and roots and logs and whoops and the dirt changing from grippy to not grippy, hard to soft, silt to sand, you name it, depending on, you know, where you're riding. So I think it behooves oneself to, you know, kind of remember that. But this little lady kind of, you know, comes to her naturally for the most part. You know, we haven't really changed our pace here because we've been riding more than a couple miles an hour either direction. And, you know, it's impressive, I think, for just starting out. And her dad, Gary, is a really good buddy of mine. It was actually the guy that did the service and married me and my wife, who was not an ordained minister or anything at the time, and we just figured, man, who better to marry us than our best good riding buddy. And thank you, Gary, again for doing that. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. And he's a really good dad, looks out for his kids very well, and he went out and dropped cash on the table for Georgia to have this bike because he knew it would be the best bike for her. And they were very hard to find. It was actually a bike of a buddy of ours, Tom, back up in Bellingham, Washington, as a contractor, and he stepped his kid up to, I want to say a KTM 200 XC. Little Kenny, I think he's about 13 now, so good to be in the big boy bikes. I remember him starting off on a little, oh gosh, KLX 110. He was just a little pipsqueak trying to keep up with us. And, oh man, he tried hard. He really did. And I like watching these young people kind of come up in this sport. You know, it's something, you know, for me personally, it kind of hits home because motorcycles for me, you know, kept me on somewhat of a straight and narrow, you know, as a youngster growing up. And, you know, I wanted to kind of behave myself and, you know, not go down any wrong paths, just so I could, you know, still be able to ride my dirt bike and keep doing other things of that nature and get into racing. And, you know, had it not been for dirt bikes, I could have very, very easily gone down a path that would have steered me another direction, and my life would not have been as fruitful as it is today. And I'm very thankful for that. And I kind of put, you know, the ladies in motorcycling of any age kind of in that category. You know, with my wife, when I met her, she was riding quads, and she never really stepped onto the two wheels until, you know, a few years ago, and she absolutely loves it. And it's really cool to see her out here, and it's good for me. You know, I get to ride all the time now because she wants to go as well. And we've had a lot of fun adventures because of the sport. We get to see a lot of neat places. And this place, of course, Little Naches, is kind of our backyard, so, you know, we're up here pretty much every weekend for one reason or another. Just a nice place to be. But again, a big, big shout out to all you ladies out there striving to do better in motorcycling and, you know, doing what you love and loving what you do. You know, keep out there, keep at it, keep strong, and don't quit. We want to see more and more out here. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. Keep her going. And if you have any, you know, good girl riding stories out there, please email us. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to spotlight you in future videos if we can. And our email address for the channel is enduroradio329@gmail.com. Oh, not so bad. How you doing, kiddo? You good?
Yeah.
Looks like you got it okay. Go get him, Georgia. Atta girl. This little spot right here, it doesn't look like much, but it's just super loose. It's like dry quicksand. It's always been a tough spot on this trail. She seems to handle it very well. Nothing really phases this girl. Kind of at all. She's just out to get whatever. Even with her, you know, animal rearticulation, stuff like that make me want to vomit, but she loves it. Up we go. And this beautiful bundle of hotness in front of me is my wife Destiny on that Beta 300 cross trainer. She's taken to that thing quite well. I know I've said it in past videos. You know, we stepped her up from a TTR 230, what she started on, to a WR 250F with a Recluse. And after that trip we took to California a few months back, watching her having to kickstart that heavy thing, and, you know, me riding this beautiful lightweight Italian cruiser here. I just couldn't watch it anymore, and I surprised her for her birthday in February and got her that thing, so she'd have the electric start button and that nimble two-strokeness of the whole thing, and she's loving every minute of it. And another very, very impressive lady that I was so fortunate to marry. What's more impressive about her than, you know, the things she strives for and how hard she works at everything and how far she's come at riding, oh damn, yeah, is her toughness, as I just wanted to point out right now. There's nothing really gets to her like that. How you doing? Good? Yep. All right. My dad says it all the time. That chick is tough as nails, and she is. Just like that, back up on it, ready to go. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because, you know, she's a lady, generally speaking. Beautiful blonde, you know, does her nails and makeup, but you put dirt bike gear and a helmet on her, and all that goes away fairly quickly. That's one of the things I love about her. And I absolutely love riding with her. You know, I almost like riding with ladies more than guys sometimes, maybe because it's a rare occurrence, doesn't really happen a whole lot, but their toughness and their candor, you know, when you get to the hard stuff where you fall over, where, you know, us as guys, we, you know, tend to be kind of wimps about the whole thing, where, you know, we get a sniffles or a cold, oh no, I can't go riding today. You know, where a chick's like, suck it up, buttercup, get out there, go do it. And I love that. My wife has called me a pussy on many occasions, but I had it coming, because I was being one. First time she did it, kind of threw me for a loop, though. I was thinking about climbing a hill, and everybody who was with me, it wasn't so much that I didn't want to climb a hill, I just didn't want to get anybody hurt. I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know, guys. And she just looks at me and she goes, pussy. And I go, oh, okay. That's how it's going to be today. All right, I guess we're climbing this hill. And if memory serves me correctly, I believe she was the first one to make it. And a girl dest. Since we're on the subject of awesome ladies, doesn't really have anything to do with motorcycling, but I would like to give a big shout out to my good buddy Angela Knapp and her husband Jeff, who are about to have their first baby in the next couple weeks, and that chick is a trooper, man. We work together. She's kind of she handles all the kind of the end game sales for John Deere, as it were. And we throw a lot at that lady, and she takes it in stride very well. I do not know how she does the job she does, especially being 8 and some odd months pregnant here. So Angela and Jeff, congrats to you both. Hope everything goes well for you. Just thought I'd give you a shout out and say hello. Because she's an awesome lady. Doesn't really have to do with motorcycles, but she's helped me out more times than I can count, and always been there for help when I needed her. Never let me down. Good to have friends like that, especially at work. Yes, it will. So go around here and meet the gang, everybody. Hi, Georgia. How you doing, kid?
Great.
Good. Gary?
Wonderfulness.
Attaboy. The good Dr. Dooley.
You know.
How you doing? With us as always is Johnny Boy. You kid.
Love it.
Get out of here. Well, folks, I think that's about all we have for you today. Once again, thank you for joining us, and take care of yourselves out there, and damn it, take care of each other. And we will see you next week with an all-new episode. Cheers, everybody.